Welcome back. Today's episode, I want to talk about something I never thought would matter as much as it does, at least not to me and to others. But I'm realizing more and more every day. Even today, I'm realizing it more and more with just things I've done today. Um, does forgiving someone, does giving someone forgiveness, either yourself or others, will it really help your anxiety? Now, before you skip the episode and thinking it's just about being, oh, you got to be nice to people and who hurt you, stick with me, okay? This isn't really about that. I know a lot of them are like that. They're like, oh, well, you just forgive others, and that's what you do. You turn the other cheek, and that's not what I'm talking about, guys. Okay? This isn't about them. It's about you. It's about me. More specifically, it's about your anxiety, your stress, your depression. And anxiety, stress, depression, a lot of it comes from the people around you and how you react, how you live, how you work, how you breathe around them. Um, the anxiety that comes from past hurts, they never fully heal. They're like a scar, okay? They're always there. It's just how much pain will they cause? I like to call it like a hot coal in your hand. You know, you squeeze it, it's hurting, and it stays hot. If you open it up, it cools down. It's still there. The scars from the coal is still there, but the coal is cooling down because you're giving it time. For the longest time, I didn't think forgiveness had anything to do with mental health. I thought it was a moral thing, like a Jesus thing, a religious thing. Um, but the more I sat on my own anxiety, what I'm going through, my racing thoughts, tight chest, the tension, the nausea, the spinning of the head, that you couldn't shake the thought, maybe there's other things causing this anxiety more than just this stress or this stress. Maybe there's other things. So some of it was old pain. Okay. Unfinished conversations, unfinished realities. Uh, for me, I didn't get to confront my mother with what had happened before she died. I just had to kind of forgive her and let it go. I would have loved to confront her, couldn't do it. Um, I know sometimes my kids would love to confront me and they haven't done it, and maybe they will someday, but not today. They haven't yet, at least. But my biggest thing is forgiving myself for my past stupidities and things I've done wrong. I've done a lot of bad things, not a lot of, I've done good things, but I've done bad things. But I remember the bad things. I never fully have forgiven myself for all the bad things I've done, all the things that I've hurt people with. And that makes me more stressed and more anxiety. Let's talk about what really happens when you hold on to resentment or guilt, okay, or anger. When someone hurts us, either you, me, or anyone, or we hurt ourselves, our brain takes that as a threat. Okay? That emotional memory, it lives on. Okay, our brain has multiple different sections, short term, long term, and everything in between. And every time we remember it, we relive it. Every time we have an event that's similar to it, that pops up. Our body reacts, our mind reacts, which gives us our body, which is why we get the nausea, the spinning, the anger, the high blood pressure, the shaking, um, the overall just blah. Okay, you get this anger fierce. Okay, your heart races, just bad things. Okay, now imagine doing that over and over and over again without realizing it, right? That's our anxiety. Not always, but a lot of times, right? Unforgiveness is like keeps us in survival mode. It keeps us frozen in time, locked in that story, already ended, but we keep remembering the story. Um, Today I was on the phone with somebody and I automatically, because we hadn't talked in a while, I automatically went back to 1989. Why? Because those events led me to here, and some of them are good events, but some of them I thought at the time were horrible, but they turned out to be good, but they're still in my brain. Okay, certain events, certain big things, either good or bad, forgiveness, happiness, joy, anger, frustration, fear, those stick, those stay. Uh, Unfortunately, most of the negatives face the positives. What does forgiveness really mean, right? And that's a big topic for me. Uh, let me be clear. Okay? Forgiveness isn't about pretending it didn't happen. It's not saying it was okay, and it doesn't mean you have to reconcile with a person completely who hurt you. Um, I didn't get to reconcile with my mother. Never will. What does it mean? At least to me. Okay, this is all my opinions, but what does it mean to me? You're choosing to let go of the control that pain has over your life today. Every day is a new battle, right? Today I'm forgiving. Tomorrow it might come up again. I have to do it again. It's just a ritual that you have to do and push through and learn to get peace. You're making peace with the fact that the pasts, they can't change. What happened to me 20 years ago, I can't change today. It's like Lion King, Lion King, where Rafiki tells Simba it's in the past. It doesn't matter. Um, it matters because it made you who you are, but it doesn't have to keep you prisoner. That anger, those things, that unforgiveness you have, that anxiety from it, uh, it doesn't have to keep you prisoner. You don't have to be locked away mentally from a past hurt. If your parents were just playing along and you leave and they decide they no longer want to be together and they kind of abandon you and they hurt you, you don't have to go, well, I love my parents. No. What you have to do is say, I forgive them. They are living what they can do now. They can't be my parents the way I want them to be, but I'm not going to hold on to anger and grief and frustration because of it. I'm going to move forward. And when they're ready, if they ever are, I hope they can join me. Okay. You can forgive people and still have boundaries. Hey, my parents are being total whatever, or my spouse, or my kids, or a friend, someone, family. You can have boundaries. You can forgive and walk away. And most importantly, you can forgive yourself. The decisions you've made in the past, the things you didn't know back then, but now you know. Me, I drank a lot when I was a teenager. I did illegal substances, which really hurt me. But without those, I wouldn't have got on the path that I was that actually helped save me. I forgive myself for doing those stupid things because I see what happened in the long run, and those were positive things. Um, the big question, though, is does forgiving, true forgiveness, help with your anxiety, with your stress, with your depression? So, short answer is, of course, yes, or I wouldn't be doing this, right? That would be long answer. It's not an overnight thing. Okay. Studies have shown that I've looked into that engaging in forgiveness practices tend to lower stress levels, better sleep, reduce the symptoms of anxiety and depression. But more personally, I felt it, right? Um, when I let go of the anger towards my mom, or I let go of the anger I thought I had towards my dad, and I actually talked to my dad and we reconciled, and it's so much better. And my sisters, the anger I had, the feeling ashamed, feeling stuck, feeling just dirty, angry, forgotten. Um, a lot of it went away. I felt lighter. I felt better. Now, it wasn't instantaneously. Do I still struggle with communicating with my family? Yes, because for the 40 plus years I didn't. Now I'm trying to learn how to do that in a better way. Some days great, some days not. Not instantly, but it's shifting. It's getting better through time and effort. Here's what I've noticed. Forgiveness doesn't fix everything, right? It creates space to work on the other things. It creates room to breathe, room to rest, room to stop being in that survival raw nerve um, mode all the time, right? So if you're like me, you're wondering, okay, great, forgive, beautiful, perfect. How do I even do it? How do I start? How do I how do I get to that magical place of forgiveness? And uh, You don't have to forgive everybody all at once. You don't have to forgive the same person for everything all at once. You can begin by noticing who lives rent free in in your brain. Who lives rent free, basically, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, when you're pissed off. Who is still there? Um, I know some of my kids have that towards each other. You know, they haven't moved past it and they still talk about things from the past when siblings have hurt each other or done dumb things to each other and have been hurtful. They're holding on to it. So find that thing. Find the first couple things that live rent free in your head. And don't battle the biggest one first. Say you have something from your past, someone in your past that just you felt bullied or you felt hurt or you felt, they did something stupid to you when you're in high school. Reach out to them. Hey, can we talk? And just bring up the fact that, in the past we had some issues. I really want you to know that I struggled with these. Um, I forgive you. I don't always I don't always like what you did to me. I don't always like the relationship we had. But I forgive you because I need to move on from this. And sounds selfish. It's okay to be selfish. I need to move on from this. You hurt me. I need to forgive you because it's time for me to forgive me. Okay. Then you need to figure out, is my anxiety tied to something else that you can let go of? Okay. Maybe it's not a person, maybe it's an event, maybe it's a place, maybe it's a concordance of things. It's a line of things that kind of all start growing and getting worse and worse and worse. Where you felt jinxed, where you felt like everybody is against you, everyone's against, the world is against you. Um, find something in that pattern and just say, you know what, not today. Tomorrow you might have to do it again, but not today. And then you make a list. I like making lists kind of on my phone, I do. And make that list, say, okay, what am I going to try to do today? And then say you can't do it. Say you've tried forgiving and it's not, today's not your day. Okay, try again tomorrow. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't do it. It's just like quitting smoking or quitting drinking or anything. It takes time and effort and more time and more effort. You're not going to do it in 10 minutes. Okay, and if you do, well, good for you. Try journaling about it, write about it. Write letters to the people you'll never send, write emails that you'll never send. Just get it out. Do a podcast. Close your eyes and imagine what peace you would feel. I mean, I'm not a big fan of closing your eyes and whatever, but come out. Um, put it down. Just let it go. And then tomorrow, if it's weighing on you again, do it again. And if say you get overwhelmed and you can't do anything at that moment, take a minute, breathe, pause, go to a place mentally where you can just forget for a few minutes and just let it go. Realize that forgiving is a step on the long stairway of healing. Okay. I talked about yesterday about my life being a puzzle, right? And there's pieces everywhere. For me, forgiving people is another puzzle piece that I get to put in. It's another it's another corner piece. Okay. It's another edge piece, whatever you want to call it. The edge pieces, the pieces that you need for the foundation. I'll leave you with this, okay? You are allowed to feel peace. You're allowed to move on. You're allowed to stop carrying the guilt and the anger that you have. You're allowed to let it go. You're allowed to stop carrying what someone else puts on your shoulders. Forgiveness won't erase the past, okay? It won't. Unless you're Jesus, your forgiveness will not make it go away. But it can free you from living that pain and anxiety every day. Thanks for watching today. Um, if this resonated with you, let me know. Drop a like, comment, heck, subscribe. I didn't even ask that yesterday. Yesterday's was a bit heavy, and I know that, but I really needed to let some stuff go. And yesterday was the day for that. Uh, my story isn't over. Um, I still have a lot of chapters to write, to come at peace with a lot of things. And I know a lot of you do too. A lot of you have a lot of stories yet to be told, a lot of chapters to be written, a lot of pieces to put together. But maybe today, reach out to somebody who hurt you and just say, hey, can we talk? Can we get a coffee? Can we just sit down and chat? And if they're across the country, hey, can we reach out FaceTime? And if they say no, let it go, try again later. If they say yes, before you meet with them, write some stuff down. Clarify your brain. Make sure you have some ideas. Uh, don't go in there all angry, raw emotion. You have to think about the steps you're going to take to get that peace for you. Because again, it's not about them. Okay. It is. I mean, they're there. It's more about you and you working on the steps you need to forgive and to help your anxiety and your depression and your stress not be gone, not to go away, but to help it to become better, more manageable, more real and average, and not so raw. Thank you all for watching.